Hello, hello. Old Dad here, and I'm getting ready to watch Raw. Now, AJ Styles takes on Finn Balor, and how could that not be a good match? AJ Styles, Finn Balor. Those two are over amazing. Not to mention, I think they're building AJ for that title match for the IC title. Also, you got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Julia and Roxanne Perez. Now, Roxanne Perez and Julia has been working together lately, but isn't Julia who took the NXT title from Roxanne Perez? There's a little tension there. And then you got Io Sky with Rhea Ripley. A little bit of tension there. That has all the makings for a very fun match. War Raiders goes against American Alpha. I'm thinking to myself, War Raiders is going to win, but I would really like to see American Alpha take it somehow so that they get the title match. I think that they would do really good, and it would be. I want to see New Day face someone different than the War Raiders. That's what I want to see. I want to see them face War Raiders again. But I want to see him face someone different in between time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's get to this. So, CM Punk comes out. He starts talking. He starts going on and on about, like, he calls out Paul Heyman. He wants to fight Paul Heyman. Well, Seth Rollins comes out, says, hey, you're gaslighting us. You're gaslighting all these people. You're making him sound like the bad guy, and yet you're trying to fight this guy. So he and Braun Breaker go in. They beat up CM Punk. Then Sami Zayn comes out. They beat up Sami Zayn. Then Jey Uso comes out. They beat up Jey Uso. But then here comes Sami Zayn with the chair. And here comes CM Punk with the chair. And they got out of there. And Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, they all go ahead and they head on out. Now, the question is are they going to have someone else? Are they going to get a third member to their little group? That would be great. And a lot of people think that third member is going to be Becky Lynch. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be. It doesn't fit. Not yet anyway. I think it would be great. I think it would be fun. But they're going to need someone else to maybe take out, CM Punk or Drew McIntyre. Wouldn't that be great? Probably not. Probably not. We'll find out maybe by the end of the show. Maybe they don't need someone else. Braun Breaker's beating everybody up by himself. All right, let's get back to this. Chad Gable should listen to Old Dad. I'm going to leave it at Chad Gable should listen to Old Dad. Here's my thing. Don't put a luchador on the top rope. Don't put a luchador on the top rope. If you're a big guy, don't run to the corner. Don't put a luchador. So Chad Gable was winning. Chad Gable was doing great. And what did he do at the end? And that's what marked the end, by the way. He took Penta, put him on the top rope. Now, how did he think that was going to end? He might as well have just laid down and would have hurt less. He should have just stepped outside of the ring, took a 10 count, gave Ivy Nile a hug. Like, we just lost this match. I just put a luchador on the top rope. Bam, boom, bang. Then a Mexican destroyer. Then a 1, 2, 3. Don't put a luchador on the top rope. Unless you're a luchador. I mean, seriously. It's not the smartest thing. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that'll pull it off. And there are some people, maybe what's her face? Jade Cargill can put them up there because she'll just catch them. Right? But seriously, he had the match won. Luchador top rope, 1, 2, 3. The end. Moving on. I got to point this out because it's maybe one of the greatest things, and I did a short about it. But JD McDonough was like, Dominic, you don't know about time zones? Don't tell me you don't know about time zones. And then he was like, we've got to fix this. And he goes and he gets like a fake skull or whatever that they have, and he explains it, but not belittling Dom, not doing anything mean, just being a friend. And I thought it was one of the coolest things I've seen on wrestling in a long time. But maybe that's the old dad in me, and I've become that old. But to see someone be that good to someone else without jokes or anything like that, that was pure. JD McDonough might be one of my favorite wrestlers just in that move. I mean, don't get me wrong, when he almost like took his own head off or whatever, and he slammed his head like he did, that was impressive. But what he did today was the most impressive thing I've ever seen him do. It was one of the coolest things I've seen on wrestling. And that's an old dad opinion. But man, I loved that. Moving on. Creed brothers won the match. Old dad got what he wanted. Did New Day cheat? They sure did. But Creed brothers won. The match was great. There was the point where he went to do the flippy-do and hit both Creed brothers. They caught him. They caught him and slammed him. They did a lot of stuff that just showed off their ability and showed off why they should be in that tag team championship match. So I want to see it. Old dad wants to see it. I want to see the Creed brothers do well. I want to see them shine. All right, we're moving on. Judgment Day came out with Finn Balor. Finn Balor faced AJ Styles. That was one of the best matches Old Dad's seen in a while because it was very technical. It was move for move. And Finn Balor seemed to have an answer for about every move AJ Styles threw at him. It was great. And then they did the punchy. Old Dad's done with the punchy. I'm sorry. Though I kept thinking, Finn Balor's hands, as bony as they would be, like, look at that. Old Dad's cushion put. I punch you, it's cushioned. That's part of, you see that's all padding. Anyways, Finn Balor don't have that. His punches would hurt a lot. He wouldn't have to hit you hard. It'd be like getting hit with a hammer. But, moving on. That match went back and forth. Carlito got a Mexican Destroyer by Penta. Wonderful. And I kept saying in my podcast, I was like, who's going to get Carlito? It was Penta. So, I was happy about that. I feel bad for Carlito. The man doesn't make enough money. AJ Styles won. Old Dad had fun. I don't see a match beating that one. And Finn Balor, tip my hat to him. He took the calf crusher. He took the Styles Clash. He ended up losing to the Phenomenal Forum, but it took all of them. It took all of them to beat Finn Balor. All right, we're moving on. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, they did great and they did win, but the teamwork was definitely behind Roxanne Perez and Julia. I'm telling you what, they worked so well together and I didn't see it coming. I really didn't. Now, did they win? No, they didn't win. They were a great team. Their only flaw in that whole match was who they went up against. I mean, they should have maybe left one of the other ones out. I don't know. Riptide. Riptide. Now, old dad wanted to see a Riptide. So, I'm okay with that. I am. There was some things in that match that was just fantastic. There was some things where Io Sky and Rhea Ripley looked like they were going to do some teamwork stuff. Roxanne and Julia didn't allow that. They didn't allow that. It was really good. It was really good. Now, the best match of the night, AJ Styles and Finn Balor. That's an old dad opinion. I thought that they shined. I thought by far the best match, maybe of the week, was AJ Styles and Finn Balor, because that was a lot of grappling. That was a lot of just move for move. And you don't see that all the time anymore. They did do the punchy. Now I'm gonna call that out. They did the punchy. But the one thing I will give that match with Io Sky and them, no punchy. They Julia, first time I got to see Julia really wrestle, really good. Almost as good as Roxanne Perez or Rhea Ripley or Io Sky. She would be the lowest on that grouping. My opinion. Was she good? She was amazing. Would she be able to beat up old dad? In a second. But I thought that the other ones were, and her teamwork. I'm telling you what, if they stay together, they should be tag team champions. I can't see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez beating them. Unless Raquel Rodriguez does a bear hug. I'm telling you, that should be her finishing move. I'm off on a rabbit trail. I have no notes. So, thank you for hanging out with me. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Later.